hello you guys. This is episode 2 of Put on Ice. I'm
Yeah,
Obey Hunter, and this is Chinifa. Hidden Chin.
Jennifer at Hidden Chin.
At
It's
Hidden
the
Chin.
chin
The
who was
one and
promised. The
only.
chin who was promised. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Yeah,
I'm
welcome.
I'm eating M&Ms. So
What kind of M&Ms are
Go-
those?
it's mixed up. It's like peanut, crispy, chocolate. It's like a combination
Oh, wow.
of the three.
I don't
Mm.
even think we have those over here. For those of you that don't know, Chin lives in New Zealand, very far
From
away.
the land of milk and honey.
So,
The land of milk and honey.
things he has, sometimes we don't have. So if I ever refer to, I don't think we have those over here, then you know why.
Oh yeah, these are those noodles I was talking about.
I've never seen those in my life. You
They're
just
pretty
eat them
good.
like chips?
They're like, yeah,
Or are you supposed to cook them?
no, they're crispy noodles. They say ready to eat. They actually say ready to eat.
Okay. Then I will believe you, I guess, this time then.
Yes. Anyway, back on topic. Did we actually have a topic? No. No, we don't have a
No,
topic
we're
tonight.
just gonna kind of
We've
touch
got
on
a
a couple
couple of
different
things.
things. Yes. So.
Yeah. Things
Yes.
that have happened during the week in the gaming industry, and yeah, other stuff. So
I think that we should
welcome
touch
to
on
episode 2.
the fact that Chin puts powder, G Fuel, before his water. Powder, water. I put water, powder.
Yeah, powder is fine. Look, you put the powder in, right? You put the powder in.
No.
Then you
put
add the water
in.
and it starts shaking it up.
And then you. No.
And then you do it anyway.
I
mean,
just-
it's alright if it's like hydrophobic. If it's like hydrophobic, like hot chocolate or something, then yeah, of course, you're going to get lumps. But it's going to break up anyway. It doesn't really matter.
I just wanted to touch on this again because this is an argument we had all week. Literally every day of this week, we touched base on, oh, it's powder before water. But we all know that it's water then powder, so there's no argument.
The impetus was really your TikTok.
Yes. My TikTok, my G Fuel TikTok for Gamers Got Talent. So, a lot of people have different opinions on how to make G Fuel, but I'm gonna stick with the fact that it's water, then powder. You get a water
Some
bottle.
of us.
You get a water bottle and you're putting your powder in. You put the powder in. You wouldn't dump out the water bottle to put the powder in, then put the water back in.
But why are you drinking bottled water anyway? Why are you drinking water out of a bottle?
What if
that's right, because you guys have got, like, from what I understand, I don't know this for true, but from what I understand, your guys, like, municipal water isn't that great?
I actually ran out of bottled water to make this, so I had to use tap water, and I'm not excited about it. It's not like it's bad.
Yeah, but why?
You can't get sick from it. It just has a different taste, and it's just not as good.
It has a different taste. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. A lot of our water down here is literally from like up in the. We've got like in my city in Auckland, we've got the Waitakere Ranges, which are it's a massive big mountain range just in the distance, and a lot of our reservoirs are up there. So a lot of our water actually comes directly from those reservoirs.
We are not lucky enough.
And well, you live on a plateau, so you don't really have mountains.
Yeah, well, where I live, it's like mountains. I live here, mountains. So I live in like a little valley type thing. And to get anywhere else, you have to cross the mountains. You have to hike 7 miles through the snow.
Uphill both ways.
Barefooted.
In the snow. Barefooted in the snow.
Yeah, to go anywhere. So, yeah, bottled water is easy, convenient. And then, like, if I'm on my way to work, I don't want to take my whole shaker because then I'm like, I'll forget it and everything else. So. Bottled water, powder, and you're good. And that's all that.
See that's I've got a little plastic container. It's like this big, put a couple of scoops in there.
Oh, yes.
And then I take that with me because I actually have a secondary shaker that I keep at work.
Oh.
Which is from the other one, that Rogue Energy.
Oh,
it's not a G Fuel. I'm probably performing some sort of sacrilege or
You're
something like that.
like,
I don't know.
my G
But
Fuel
it's
one
just
has
easier.
to stay. This is what I meant by to-go scoop, by the way.
Yeah.
They're much bigger, like,
Mm,
so.
mm.
Yes, and then it has the little flip
Yeah,
top that you could take.
I ripped the little flip top off my scoop because it's like, what's the point?
I know, I saw
I'm not going to be
yours.
putting it in bottles of water.
And I was like, did he just
got
really
it out.
rip off
I
the
got it
top?
out. I got it out, and I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to scoop into this little tiny fucking hole?
Yeah, and they usually they flip over. You can flip it over and it'll just stay on, but I didn't think that
Yeah,
you'd
I figured out you can flip it over, and it's like, well, this is dumb. Snap. There we go.
I think the thinking ahead was really good. Like, hey, if they're in a rush, just put in a bottle of water and then go. Like, there's reasons it was made like that, I'm telling you. It was made so you could put it in a bottle of water. That's my new argument.
I'm not disputing that fact. I mean, it clearly does show on the packet that there's like a little bowl of water or something and all that. But it's like, but I don't have a bowl of water. I've literally got a shaker. I don't need this like funny little fiddly little.
I honestly
nozzle.
only use shakers when I'm streaming or if I'm like chilling at home, but rarely I ever do that because why do dishes if it's just a drink that you're drinking? So sometimes
what you should just do is get the little scoop and just put it straight into your mouth.
Oh yeah, dry scoop.
Get some La Croix.
I tried to mix a G Fuel can and G Fuel powder one day and that was not it.
I feel like that will explode. I feel like that will overflow.
I put it into a shaker, and I was like, I should put like I did a peach rings one because I was like, it's peachy, but I want to know what it tastes like if you put powder in it. I put powder in it, and I remember I was playing Warzone, and I was like shaking it, and we're running, and I take a drink, and I'm like, that's not it. It's just too strong. It's not like it was bad. It was just way too strong.
It's almost like they like have the measurement of the powder in there to like exact milligram, almost as if it's like that. Yeah. But maybe I don't know. Anyway,
but off the G Fuel topic now because I feel like we could talk about that for the whole hour.
Later on. We'll loop around back to this later on because there is something that I want to discuss.
Literally 7 minutes and 45 seconds of us talking about G Fuel. That's kind of.
All right, so we actually did come into this with a plan about what we were going to talk about today. We were actually going to be talking about the rise, the COVID-19, and the rise of streaming as a valid entertainment medium. That was the point. Yes, that
was the point. And I think. We actually talked about this in stream a long time ago. I think we were playing together. I don't know if we were playing together or if you were just typing, but every time you type, I can hear your voice saying it, so I can't really depict what is text and what is when we were playing together. Yeah. It's actually kind of very funny, but sometimes like when I'm reading chat, I can hear people's voices and I'm like talking, and then like when nobody's talking to chat, I'm like, I'm not playing with anybody, but I'm actually playing with people. But we talked about this.
That's the thing. I've had many people tell me I've got a very, very, very distinctive face. Like, I've been told that I have a voice which is both hype and also chill at the same time. Yes. Which I don't know how the fuck
the radio voice.
I'm like a radio voice. It's not like a fucking cartoon character.
I just feel like someone was in your stream and they said you have the softest voice, the most calming voice, and I'm like,
yeah,
he really does.
I'm like, are we watching the same stream? Like, is this? Have you got me confused with somebody else? I'm not critical.
You don't just pick up on it though, because you'll be running, you'll be like, let's go over here, and then you're running over there, and it's just so calming.
Let's see what's over here.
Chin should do ASMR. He has the ASMR mic.
Dude, I've got the same mic as you.
You know, I had enough of that today with the little crunchy noodles in my ear, so I've had my ASMR fix from Chin. Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah.
back to the topic.
Yes.
Streaming as a entertainment medium due to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm gonna say because I don't remember it word for word. But uh,
No, you got the gist.
so what? Okay,
Basically, yeah.
you go ahead. Explain it. Kind
Yeah.
of put it into
So
words.
my thoughts is when COVID kicked in, everyone was locked up. I mean, I don't know what lockdown was like for you guys. I don't know if you guys went into lockdown, but for here in New Zealand, we went into level 4 lockdown for 6 weeks. A solid 6 weeks of not being able to go anywhere. You go to the supermarket, you go to the butchery, you go to the supermarket, you could go to the fruit and veggie shop and all that, but couldn't really do a hell of a lot. And basically, I noticed that there is a lot more new faces on Twitch, a lot more Kiwis on Twitch, because it's super easy to get into, and you're not just talking to yourself for like 2-3 hours or so. I mean, you are talking to yourself effectively, but you're interacting with chat. You got people coming in, dropping in, saying howdy, what's going on, how's it going. And it keeps you engaged, and that really helps during lockdown. It
Yeah.
really helped because by the end of those 6 weeks, I was sick at looking everyone in my house's face, everyone's face in my house. So,
Yeah.
and people have started. People, it is being taken more seriously as an entertainment medium. It used to be. I mean, if you look at it in terms of historical, so back in like the 1800s, it was actors, vaudeville actors, stage shows, and all that. Then it went to television stars. Oh no, then it went to radio stars. Then it went to television stars. Then it went to movie stars. And now you've got the new breed coming through with the streamers.
Yeah.
So you've got people like Ninja, who is I can't stand the guy. I think he's a massive tool. But at the same time, I respect what he's done. I respect that he's managed to take it mainstream. A lot of people know who he is. He's got a lot of market recognition, and that is purely because he's a streamer who interacts as good at what he does, and he's being taken more seriously by big organizations like Red Bull. Red Bull paid for his entire studio setup.
Yeah, that was
The entire
insane.
studio
Like
setup was paid
literally
for
the
by Red Bull.
whole thing. Like
Yeah,
screens
yeah.
upon screens. His whole background was screens. And like
I mean, his
whole,
setup is
yeah.
shit. His computer is shit. But he's been sponsored by these massive big companies. He's got
Yeah.
Red Bull after him. He's partnered with Epic Games. Microsoft dropped something like what was it, $50 million to pull him over to Mixer. There's a lot of money in it, and that is a sign that. I mean, when I was growing up, parents were like, "Oh, get off the computer! You're playing at the computer. You're playing too much video games. Get outside and play. Get outside and do that." And the the opinion towards that has changed now. It's like,
Yes.
yeah, go on, play some video games. Off you go. If you enjoy it, go for it and all that. Hey, you're making a couple of $100 a month. Yeah, good. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. It's being seen as a legitimate path to follow.
Yeah. And I think like now okay, so like when I first got into it, it was kind of like, oh, yeah, you're playing video games. Okay. You're playing video games. Okay. And now it's just like, I'm on the phone. I'm like, I'd love to keep talking, but I gotta go now. And they're like, okay, bye. See you later. And then, like, now people actually, like, when I tell them, this is my job. Like, this is what I do. Like, a lot of people can't say that. And a lot of people don't say, like, this is my job. But this is part of my job. This is how I make half my income each month. Like, I stepped away from my job part-time just so I could do this more because I really do think that people can find careers in it, and I really do think that people can become successful in it if they give it enough like effort.
Yeah, definitely.
I personally, I know, like, obviously I need to have a second job for right now, like not a second job, but like I can't just stream all the time and then not work. Like I've come to terms with that. I've had, I can't just, it's something that you can't really rely on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like like I could say I make a certain amount bracket here,
Mm.
and I mean I could pretty much expect that because I have a certain goal that I set every month. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I could pretty
Yeah.
much go off of that, but I would need a
Mm.
second job, and I just think that the more that I get into it and the longer I do it, I feel like I could slowly take less hours at work just to build it up. But
Yeah.
that's just kind of, I don't know if that's just because COVID, which is
Mm.
kind of scary. I don't know if it's because people are still kind of not going to school and they're still doing Zooms and everything
Yeah.
else. So that is kind of scary that I don't know if people are going to be around and be able to keep watching me once COVID kind of mellows down.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But for right
That's
now,
the
it's
thing.
working. So
Yeah, definitely, because everyone's stuck inside and they don't really have anything else to do. Um, I, I mean, I've only been streaming since like March or so. Like, I mean, I've streamed prior to that, but it was quite sporadic and all that. Um, at this point, I can't justify. I mean, I wouldn't be able to justify it because I'm like 35 years old. I'm old as fuck, which means I don't really have, I don't really have as much time to put like the 8 hours or so into it.
yeah,
But I mean, it's taken me however long it's been to actually get my first Twitch payout,
yeah,
and it
that
was that 24-hour stream. So that's going to be coming in fine, and all that money is just going to be going straight back into the channel.
yeah,
Buy a second Switch dock or whatever it is. Some people can do it and they go full time into it. With you, I mean, this is going to sound really bad, but as a girl gamer,
yes, yes.
it's okay
Go
for
ahead and
you
say it.
because yeah, because Sims.
Yeah, yeah. I know a lot of people
People
are
will
like,
throw money at you, and that's all good.
yeah,
People want to spend. People can spend their money however the fuck they want, right? And I think it's slightly easier for girls to stream
yes,
and like make money from it. I mean, that's not
yeah. No, no. I totally
anything
get what
like
you're saying.
stereotypical or anything. Yeah, for guys, it's definitely you can't just you have to. It's a much more of a grind. It's
Yeah,
much more of a
yeah.
grind. Yeah.
Especially like, I just remember like a long time ago I used to stream a long time ago, like years ago. But
Mm.
it wasn't with a face cam. It was literally just my headset and the game. That's all it was. And it was
Yeah.
on Mixer because I didn't know how to stream from Twitch on an Xbox. So it was for Mixer. And then
Yeah.
I was just like I didn't know about like reading chat and doing all that stuff. So it was just me pretty
Yeah.
much just playing. And then I do see that like
Yeah.
it is really easier, way more easier for a girl to build up a channel. I do think that being a girl sometimes does suck because it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how bad you are. It doesn't matter if you wear t-shirts or if you wear tank tops and you're showing your skin. It doesn't matter if you're covered from neck to arms. You literally get called
You could be
names that are
wearing
like
you could be wearing a sheet. You could be dressed as a ghost.
Yeah.
Spooky ghost. Yeah.
ghost photo shoot challenge right there.
You could
You
be
could,
wearing a full
you
burqa.
could literally be covered from head to toe,
Yeah.
and people will still come in your chat and call you names and tell you you're this bad person, and it's like, I'm just playing some video games. And I think that's what's hard about like being a girl. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of easier things about being a girl, but being a girl in the gaming industry, I feel like if people stumble across your channel, they tend to either not so much like take advantage of, but they kind of like
shit.
yeah, kind of like, well, whatever, it's just a girl gamer. You know what I mean? And I feel like there is a lot more respect in male streaming channels, if that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like I feel like people don't come in and like walk all over guys as much as they do like girls.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Exactly. Yeah.
obviously girls
I mean,
are
I haven't noticed any. No, I'll let you finish.
I just feel like girls are kind of they're it's made up for in the end because of the growth and everything else. I feel like it is made up for in the end. But I feel like some things are easier. Like if I was a boy and was streaming, I feel like some things would be easier, but then some things also wouldn't be. So
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Also, part of another side of that is the fact that I mean, you're primarily a COD streamer. You're primarily
Yeah.
a COD streamer. COD tends to attract very, very, very alpha people.
Yes. Very.
Very, very, very alpha people.
Yeah.
And that's also where that toxicity comes from as well, because you got a lot of like 15, 16-year-old kids, or you got like um, early 20s guys who are just let's just be toxic. Oh, girl gamer, go home, girl gamer, make me a sandwich, wash the dishes.
Yeah. And it's like I I don't know, something just gets me about that. It's because like you're literally like, especially when they have 2 kills and they're at the bottom of their
Mm,
leaderboard and they want to tell
mm,
you that you're not good. Especially, I was like, one of those games, I was at the top of the leaderboard, I was sniping, I wasn't just running around with a shotgun or whatever. Like, they're literally
yeah,
using riot shields sitting in a
yeah,
corner and
yeah,
they're telling
yeah.
you,
I
go
remember.
make me a sandwich.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I'm
It's
too
like
busy winning
it's
right
just
now.
immaturity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I'm too
yeah.
busy
It's
winning.
just
You're not
immaturity.
winning, and we literally win, but they leave before anything ever comes of it.
Yeah,
So it's like,
exactly. Yeah.
okay.
Like
But
I just don't understand. I just don't understand why people do that.
yeah,
I just don't understand why people get toxic. Like I get toxic in games sometimes, but that's only when I've been triggered.
yeah.
That's only when I've been
Or
triggered by someone
when
talking
they
shit
start
or
it.
just someone. Yeah, when they started, like I'll never like instigate it,
Yeah.
but I'll definitely jump in and start calling people short and start
I was told,
suggesting possible, or just start suggesting possible incest within their family.
yeah, and it's like some things that they say are just like,
Yeah,
okay. At that
yeah,
point, I do have to mute because I'm like, I'm not gonna just sit here and listen to you talk like that because you're just gonna
yeah.
scream over. It's like a game of Among Us. Like, you say the wrong thing, everybody's
Oh
screaming
yeah.
over you. So I'm just whatever.
Oh yes.
But
Let's talk about people talking over other people in Among Us as well at some point. Not necessarily right now, but at some point in
yeah,
the future.
we'll
Let's talk
transition into
about
that.
we'll transition. We'll segue into that at some point in the future. But for
Yeah,
now, we'll just focus on the yeah.
I was
Yeah. I
told
mean, it's just bored
one
people, really.
one time I was told that that's just COD. You just need to accept it.
Mm.
When somebody was being so toxic, that's just COD. Just accept it. Like if
I
you
mean,
can't accept it, kind of get over it. But it's like you should
you
like
shouldn't
it
need to.
shouldn't yeah, you shouldn't have to stop playing a game because it's so toxic. Like if you're
Yeah.
literally
Like,
good at the game, why stop playing it?
mm.
Like I
Like
feel like if
I,
Fortnite had the proximity voice chat when you die or whatever,
yeah.
it would
I
be
kind
like
of,
COD. It would
yeah.
be like COD. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't understand that because it's not a thing. But if it was, the people you'd be hearing are like 20-year-old boys or 16
Mm,
to 20-year-old boys yelling at you. And I just
mm.
think that it's the same as COD. It's just they don't give you enough, like,
But most first person shooters are like that. The more arcadey ones are definitely more like that, as opposed to the more simulation ones. Um, COD is a prime example. Halo is also the same. Those are the more arcadey shooters. When you start getting to things like Hell Let Loose, and you start getting to things like Battlefield, which are more strategy, more realism based, then you don't end up seeing that. You don't really see that level of toxicity coming through, and it's really interesting that it is primarily COD, and yeah, primarily COD, which does have the toxic user base. But at the same time, I think it does come down to the alpha mindset.
yeah. And it's
COD
unfortunate.
and yeah, COD in and of itself is quite an alpha game. Purely because it's the entire American jingoism saying "Hooah, America, hooah!"
Yeah.
saying all that sort of thing,
Yes,
like we're
unfortunately.
just running over everybody else and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, I think it just it feeds into that I'm better than you, so you are lesser than me,
Yeah.
and that comes through in the voice chat.
And
It's really, really, really weird.
yeah, and even if you could literally have more kills than the whole team put together and you'll
Mm.
still be bad. Like
Yeah,
there's no winning.
yeah, exactly.
There's no winning in that game. Like the only time you're winning
Mm.
is if you're in a game chat away from the game
Mm.
and you're just hanging out with friends,
Yeah.
or like if you're
Mm.
doing customs and you have a whole bunch of people in there that you can
Yeah,
like go
exactly.
back and forth with them when it's like
Your
different
own private
teams.
your own
Yeah.
private lobby. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's why I've started disabling in-game chat.
Yeah.
Um, I've started. I mean, sometimes I'll flick it on just to see what happens,
That's
but
me.
then I'm just greeted with like racial epithets
Yeah.
and people
That's
suggesting potential incest within my family.
yeah,
So
I
it's
literally
like,
will mute
what's
them.
the point?
And then I hear Kendall over
Yeah,
there going, "Well, get better" or something. I'm like, "What they say? What they say?" Like
yeah,
if
yeah.
you watch them back, it's always like, "What they say, huh?"
Kendall's
I'm like, "Wait, what's happening?
Kendall's
What's going
shocking.
on?"
Kendall's really bad for that, man. She's just
She
she
loves
needs
it.
to chill. She
She loves
loves it.
beating people and
She
then
revels in
literally
it.
yeah. Like that's
She
what she lives
she should go
for.
work. She's a salt miner.
She
She's a
loves it.
salt miner. That's literally it.
That's her
It's
thing.
great. It's hilarious, and that's all good for her. But yeah.
I'll
I mean,
literally be sitting here
also
working.
when you're streaming, also a lot of the time because I'll be streaming at the time. You don't really want to go into voice chat because then you'll start hearing people yell out the N word
Yeah.
and just stuff which is straight up against like TOS.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Just let me play the gun and shoot you in the head.
Yeah. And I
Just
think
take your bullet in your face and be happy.
that's a good thing about Xbox though too is like when I'm in game chat, my stream can't hear what they're saying. But it's
Mm,
also a negative because then I can hear what everybody's saying, even my teammates, but like stream can't. So it's very hard.
mm,
It's like sometimes I'm like in the mood to jump in there and talk, especially when I do like open lobby and then we have like 6 people and I don't like putting it all in Xbox chat when there's too many
mm,
people because it gives
mm.
people the freedom to say and do whatever they want.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
why it's hard
yeah,
for me to play computer games, Among Us, any other game that's like in
yeah,
a chat with a whole bunch of people, because people
yeah,
tend to say and do and act certain ways when they know that
yeah,
they're able to be heard on stream. And
yeah,
that's why I
yeah,
tend
yeah.
to stray
It's
away
like,
from it and only trust a
mm,
couple people. Like, I
yeah,
don't let everybody come in my chat.
but also, I mean, you also have to just remind people from time to time, just be like, hey, look, by the way, I'm streaming, Shin's streaming, Orion's streaming.
Yeah.
Let's just be a bit more respectful. Otherwise, you will be muted.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I mean, getting back to game chat and all that, how it's so fractured at the moment. You know, people in Discord, you can have people in Xbox Party Chat, you can have people in game chat. It's all really, really, really fractured at the moment. I would really, really, really like to see some proper Discord integration
Yeah.
with the new generation of consoles.
Yes.
Um, not even necessarily Discord actually being on those devices, but the ability to actually bring Discord into Xbox Party Chat
Yeah.
or bring Discord into PlayStation
Yeah.
Chat, because it's all good with Xbox because if someone's on a PC they can just bring up the Microsoft Game Bar and just jump into the party chat there. But if someone's playing on PlayStation, like for example, if someone's playing on PlayStation and we're in a COD game, you have to go in game chat.
Yeah.
You have to go in game chat, and you can't. There's no way around that.
Yeah.
If you could invite people on the different chat platforms into a Discord call, that would just make it so much easier.
Yeah, and I feel like
And
that's why a
that's
lot
what
of
I
other
would really
people
like to
switch to
see.
PC. It's because they literally just want to have
Mm,
that access to anything. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
like when we're
yeah.
playing and we're in game chat, I'm like, I gotta go in an Xbox party because I know that stream's not gonna want to watch me just go, oh yeah, and then like have a conversation where they can't hear the other person. Like
Mm,
it's
mm.
like being on the other side of a phone call. You know what I mean? Like someone's talking on the phone in the
Yeah,
room next to you. Oh my god, they did what? And you're like, wait, what? And you're like trying to get in on it and you can't hear them. It's not very fun. But
yeah.
there are some days that I'm
Imagine
just like,
talking
I'm
on
gonna
the
go.
phone though. Imagine talking on the phone in 2020.
Yeah. I hate it.
Imagine it. I refuse. I refuse. If anyone needs to talk to me on the phone, they can send me like a message. They
Yeah.
can send me a text message. I'm not calling you. I don't want to talk to you.
Sometimes I just have to call because it's just so much to type, and I'm like, FaceTime. That's what I
Yeah,
do. I do FaceTime. I'm like, I'd rather just talk like
yeah,
this, but
FaceTime. Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Mm,
If I'm at work or if I'm in the store and I'm like, hey, where are you? Then that's like the only time, or if my mom
yeah.
calls me, or my grandma. Those are the only
Mm,
people I
mm,
talk to on the phone.
yeah.
I'm like, no, just don't. Snapchat me.
The only person, only
Anything.
person
Come
I
in.
talk to on the phone is when I need. It's like other people within my department or like my man. I don't even talk to my. I don't even talk to my girlfriend on the phone. We don't call each other. We don't need to call each other.
You just
It's
text.
just text.
Well, it's good that
Or
you guys
side
have a
message.
mutual understanding for texting instead of calling.
we hate phones. We hate phone calls.
I'm just
But
kind of like,
yes, yes.
but there are some days that I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna go to game chat. I'm just gonna go hang out in there,
Mm,
and
and see
I
what
feel like
happens.
it's kind of unfortunate to have to be
Mm.
subjected to some of that, especially when it's your teammate and you're
Yeah.
like literally playing. Like the other day, I know that you know what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
I think I remember that. There was that guy being like super toxic. And he's like, "You're on our team.
Yeah, I was like, wait,
Why are you being toxic to
yeah,
us?
yeah, and
What
it's
what
just like,
what is your goal here?"
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's just what people enjoy doing. I don't know if they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna go be toxic in a COD
Mm,
lobby. Like, I don't know if that's
mm,
just what they do, but I think
mm.
that
Yeah.
it's just kind of rough. I don't
Weird,
necessarily enjoy it.
weirdly enough, it seems to be the sort of games which have proximity chat and also pre-game lobby chat, which are
Mm.
like that. They seem to be the games which have the most toxicity within them because you can talk shit to the other team, and I'm all for talking shit to other people. I'm completely okay with it. I mean, it's when it turns from just happy banter to outright hostility. That's when I draw the line.
Yeah, and it's just like instant mute. Like I don't
Yeah,
know. Sometimes mute
exactly.
people, and then I'll literally just be like, wonder what they're saying. And I'll unmute them, and they'll still be like literally just going off. And I'm like, you were muted
Mm,
like 5 minutes ago. You know you're
mm,
muted. Like, cause I'm
yeah,
literally, you can't hear me. I can't hear you. You know you're muted, and you're still going on about it.
I'm
Just
not
chill.
responding to you. What are you trying to accomplish here? What is your end goal?
Yeah,
What is your plan?
I don't understand it too much, but
Yeah.
it's whatever. I don't know. I just get kind of it's more of like the when I'm hosting a an event. So like not just like an event, like oh my god, it's an event, but like if I'm like, "Hey, I need 10 people for Among Us or I need this or I need that. You guys want to jump in and play?" And people go, "Yeah, I'll play." And then they jump in and then they're overbearing everything. You know what I mean? Like you're playing a game and then they kind of take it
Yep.
over, and they're
Yep.
yelling into their mic, they're screaming, they're
Hmm.
trying to talk over everybody,
Hmm.
and then they forget that it's
Hmm.
like you were invited to play with me
Mm,
and my friends.
mm,
You gotta
mm.
kind of like chill it down. That's why I like
Yeah.
stray away from playing those games with people I don't know because I don't want to be that person
Yeah.
that's like, oh my god, you vented or something, and then them like, well, like I don't know. I get anxious about that stuff. I like playing with
Yeah.
people that I know
Yeah.
so that way I can say, hey, can I say something? They don't listen to
Mm.
me anyways, but at least I can sit there and yell, hey, listen to me now.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, just like I mean, Among Us is terrible for it because everyone talks about it across. Everyone talks like over each other. It's just really badly done. There
Yeah,
should be a way to
like
let
chime in.
everybody have their turn. There should be a way inside the game to have everybody. have their turn, to give their thoughts, to give their, you know, they're trying to blame somebody else, if they're trying to deflect blame away from them within Among Us, there should be a way to actually make it so that only one person can talk at a time. I understand there actually is a Discord bot which does that,
Oh,
apparently.
I need to look into
Uh,
that.
yeah, apparently there is a Discord bot which does that for you. I haven't really looked into it because I don't actually host any Among Us
Yeah.
games on my server. But yeah, I think something like that. And also, Among Us is pretty bad for it as well, especially with when you're streaming.
Yeah.
When people people you're playing with are also watching your stream at the same time.
Yes.
That's.
And
I mean, not even the big boys do that. Not even like, not even the big streamers are doing it. Not even the big streamers do that. Like, critical made a big video about it the other day, just talking about people who do that. I know none of the offline TV guys do it. Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to accomplish there, because it's not like you don't get a gold coin.
yeah.
Like, no one gives you like a candy bar to say, "Hey, well done, you killed all these people." It's just, what's the point? What's the point in stream sniping somebody in Among Us, of all
Yeah.
things?
And I didn't really like know that it was an issue until it was brought up by me or to me from my mods. Like and multiple people outside of that had said stuff too.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Mm.
like, like I'm just wondering like why that's not fun. It's not fun if
Huh.
you vote the imposter
Could
off
that
first
be?
round.
Could that be why I got murdered immediately 3 times in a row?
I have no clue. Honestly, I was wondering that too. I was the imposter and I
'Cause I
ran
was also
I saw
streaming it.
you.
Yeah.
I saw you like just on my screen. I saw you running and I was like, I'm not going to kill him because he got killed 3 times in a row right off the get-go. And I
Mm.
was like, I don't
Mm.
know if they're in his stream. I don't know
Mm.
what they're doing. But
Mm.
it being brought to my attention, there are things like being done about it because it doesn't
Mm.
make it fun.
I mean,
I was voted off like for
you can't even
literally.
tell.
I was like voted off
No,
in
you
like
go.
20 seconds. I literally was
Mm.
standing on a
Mm.
wall doing a task. I was the imposter. I was doing a task. But I was standing on a wall where I've done a task before. It had the little Wi-Fi. It was a little box with the Wi-Fi symbol on it. I
Yeah.
know you can
Yeah.
do a task there.
Yeah.
I'm standing there, and
Yeah.
it's just, I didn't kill anybody. I didn't do anything. I'm standing there.
Mm.
Kendall was the other imposter. She sabotaged something. I'm standing there pretending to do my
Mm.
task. And then it's instant report. And it's like, she's the imposter, she's the imposter. Non-stop talking the whole time. And I'm like, dude, come on. Like, I just need to talk a little bit. Like, let me defend myself. And it's nope, 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 nope. And everybody voted me off. And I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't even get to defend myself. Like, anytime anyone accuses someone, like, you were faking your tasks, they go, follow me to electrical, I'll show you, and then everybody follows them. Everybody gives them
Yeah.
that moment to prove themselves, and I didn't get that. And I'm gonna hold
Oh,
on
I
to
didn't.
that.
I didn't do that. As soon as someone says everybody follow blah blah blah, I'm like, no, because you're trying to prove a point. I'm gonna go do my job.
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna
that's
go
what I do.
do
I
my
don't
task.
follow anybody either. But the fact that we stop what we're doing to follow that person so that they can prove themselves, and then nobody will let me prove myself. I'm just like, I don't know.
And then there's also the added toxicity and just stupidity behind that. I remember last time I was playing Among Us with you on stream, there was just some guy who was, I rest my case, I rest my case, I rest my case. I just had to mute him.
Yeah.
I just had to mute him because he wasn't adding anything to the conversation. He wasn't
And
providing any evidence. He wasn't, helping us like try and figure out who the imposter was.
yeah,
He was
and like
just
the
continuously
where'd you find the
repeating the
body?
same thing.
Where'd you do this? What happened? I rest my case because I was being stream sniped, and that was it. That was the same game. I was being stream sniped because he knew. He got voted off. The other person came in. I rest my case in the chat, and I'm like, what do you mean you rest your case? say it's me.
Hmm.
If like, why are you saying you rest your
Yeah.
case? Just say it's Hunter. The imposter's Hunter. They'll vote me off, and then you'll get a cookie. You know, it's just
Yeah.
doesn't make it fun. It really doesn't. There's no
I
point
mean,
in
there is a
playing it.
way you can see who's in your chat on Twitch if you have OBS open, if you have slobs open at the same time. You can see users in chat, but it only shows you that if people are actually talking.
Yeah.
If someone's just sitting there just watching, it doesn't show you who that is. It's only if somebody actually like types in chat, then it will actually show who it is,
Yeah.
unless it's a bot, which is like Commander Root and Lurks and the TTV viewer. Those are all bots which show in chat. But
Yeah.
like, I could have like 12 people watching, and I'd only have like 3 people actually under users in chat. Maybe Twitch could change that so that, you know, I mean, most of the time when you're streaming, you're going to have OBS open, and you're going to have your creator dashboard open
Yeah.
within a browser on your second monitor.
Yeah.
If they could make a way so it shows you everybody in the chat, everybody who's watching, you can use that to see if you're being stream sniped.
Yeah. And I just think it's not only is it immature, it's just also kind of unfortunate because a lot of people don't get the chance to always play. You know what I mean? A lot of people come in and they're like, "Hey, you know, I like this game. Can I play?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Then they come in and it's like, "This is why we have to cover the code." Because people literally just drop it and then they jump in the chat or jump in the game. I had like 3 random people jump in the game like within like 30 seconds. It was like my first time playing it. I was like, who are all these people? And it was like, because I didn't cover the code and I wouldn't know that. And so it's like, it is very easy to be stream sniped on that game because it's real time.
Oh, very much so.
It's, even if it's not real time, you're still shown, like your name's red, you're shown as an imposter the whole time. And I don't think it's fun. And it actually makes me rethink who's playing with me. And it's like that day I wanted to do a YouTube video. I was actually thinking about just hitting record and seeing where it went from there. And I don't like to tell people like, I wouldn't want to tell them, hey, I'm doing a YouTube video, because then they act a certain way. You know what I mean? They change how they act and they change their attitude. Exactly. And so
everyone's super self-conscious about you know, what they're saying, how they're acting. You're not getting that organic outcomes. You're not getting organic like you're not getting people's like how they actually are.
Yeah.
You're getting people just like taking a little bit longer to think about what they're gonna do, what they're gonna say. You're not getting those like you're not getting those natural reactions out of people.
Yeah. And that's why
I remember because you said you wanted to do a YouTube video, and we just didn't end up doing it because, you know, it was all falling apart.
Yeah. And it was just kind of like it made me kind of irritated towards the end, and it's kind of more just like tiring.
Yeah, I could tell.
Like literally just having to do. I had 3 or 4 different people private message me after I ended, and they said, "Hey, I'm sorry if I was the one that was messing that up." And I'm like, it had nothing to do with you. It really didn't. If you're just playing the game like it's supposed to be played, don't worry about it. And like I had to message a couple people, well, you, and apologize for the way that the people that I brought in acted, not only on my stream but your stream as well. And I don't think that's fair. And I think it does have a lot. It reflects on me. Like we know each other. I know you wouldn't be like, oh, you know, you really ruined my stream, but it's also just embarrassing on my part. Like I was really embarrassed of how everything went down, and family and.
But hopefully next time those certain people, then they know who they are. Hopefully those people take that into account, realize that, you know what, you're not just ruining it for one person, right? You're not just ruining it for one person. You're ruining it for. I mean, if somebody's streaming Among Us or any game really, and people are coming in stream sniping and just being generally obnoxious within, and they're actually engaging in the stream and playing in the stream, they're not just ruining it for the streamer, they're ruining it for everybody else in that game, as well as everybody who is watching the stream.
Yes.
And other people in that game may also be streaming at the same time. So not only are they ruining it for your viewers, but they're ruining it for the viewers of the other people
Yeah.
who are streaming.
And I'm not just like picking on these certain people that were in last game, because there's people that hop in every once in a while that did make it weird. You know what I mean? And just made it like not what I wanted it to be, and kind of talked over everybody. And those people are kind of put back a little bit. Like I take note of these people. People that come in and make it just not really a good time. I'm like,
you've got a list.
I just kind of put them back there. And I'm like, okay, like now I have to kind of rethink when I do at everybody. You guys want to play Among Us? Like sometimes I just have to overthink that, you know, and I shouldn't have to. But thankfully, there are a lot. That's
when you create an Among Us role in Discord, and you assign that role to people who can be trusted.
Yeah, that is
not that people can't be trusted. Among Us is not a game for trusting people, but it's people who are joining in.
And it's not everybody. It's not everybody in my Discord. Yeah. There's just a handful of people that just kind of either are not really
take it too far, or
stuff like that. And I'm not one of those people that are like, well, you never get to play with me again because you messed up. It's the people that have done it over and over again, you know. So I don't know.
Like I very rarely play with people. Like I play COD and all that with you guys. I played Left 4 Dead with you earlier on today. I play Among Us and all that. But my channel is mostly single player stuff.
Yeah.
Like Resident Evil and all that. So I don't generally tend to play multiplayer games. If I am going to play multiplayer games, I'm not going to play with randos from Discord or randos from the chat. It's going to be with people that I know.
Yeah.
Because I've been through far too many Destiny raids, which have taken 13, 14 hours to complete to have to deal with that stuff anymore.
Yeah, and that's just the hard thing. Is like I used to not play with anyone. Like I used to just be like, no, I'm good. You like had to be active. You literally had to be active on everything. You had to like my post. You had to I had to recognize your name. Like it wasn't so much like, like everything for me and do this. It was more of like you had to get my attention. I didn't look for people. I didn't try to memorize people. It was just like, hey, how's it going? And it wasn't.
See a name pop up.
Yeah.
You'll see a name keep on popping up and be like, oh, it's that guy. I remember him.
And I feel like
it's
that's
like that name, that guy, Hidden Chin, who just kept on appearing one day and
he never left.
Got that recognition. Never. I'm like a tick.
It's actually very scary because
I didn't just do that. I didn't just do that. That was a completely wrong action. That was intended to be like drilling into the skin. Anyway,
you can just
let's move on.
No,
let's move on from that.
It's actually very scary.
Let's have it been boozled and just move on from that.
It's very scary when I get attached to these people, because there was a time before, I don't know, it was a couple months ago, there were certain people that were coming in the stream, and I actually got attached to these people, like, hey, how's that going in your life? You know, they'd say something, and they'd keep bringing it up, and I go, how's that going? You know? And, connect to these people, and then those were people, I'd invite every day to play, and I was like, hey, come play. And then they just stopped showing up, and it's like, oh, that person's gone. So now I'm scared because I've made all these relationships with the people now in my circle. I'm like, if Chin ever leaves me, and it's like, it's just, it's just scary because I made so many relationships with people, and I don't do well with people just dipping, you know?
Just dipping,
it's hard because people have their own
nature. That's just human nature. Like you spend all this time making a connection, so sudden they disappear like a ghost.
Yeah.
Like a ghost. Like dropping candy floss, into a bucket of water, it just disappears. And then it's like you kind of sit there and it's like, did I do something wrong? Stop fucking auto-focusing.
It makes you overthink though too. Because there's people that I was like, they don't ever come in anymore. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not going to say names, but there are a few people that used to come in all the time, and they've kind of, migrated off, and then I'll, go into someone else's stream, and I'll be like, oh, they were here. I'm like, I thought they just disappeared off the edge of the earth, and then I'm like, oh, do I just...
No.
Am I not friendly enough? And it's
you
just
have to
scary.
realize you come to this point where you realize that any relationship you make on the internet, being as a streamer with your audience, being as a viewer with a streamer, people on Discord, people on message boards, people on Facebook, or anything where a community is formed and everybody interacts. Yes, it's good to have them. Yes, it's good to know them. They're good dudes. They're happy. But at the end of the day, you don't know them.
Yeah.
You don't know them. You don't owe them anything. They don't owe you
Yeah.
anything. But at the same and you just have to realize that they will move on. It's
Yeah.
not an attack on you. It's not. It's not. Focus. It's not like disrespecting your ability to continue engaging with them. You just have to realize that they're just random people sitting at the end of the computer, and you can't put too much weight behind it. People will just disappear.
Yeah.
And
It's just unfortunate because like building relationships, and I know that a lot of people have a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes and stuff, and that is totally okay.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like they'll be gone and then they'll pop up, hey, how's it going? I'm like, oh my god, you're back. Like, and this is a common thing. It's just like me, I'm more like to getting to know people, you know what I mean? And I like try to make small talk and I try to keep it going, and I ultimately just like starting this, I wanted to be a place where people could go and if they're having a bad day, change their day. And so as long as I'm doing that at the end of the day, I guess that's okay. But Chin,
and
you better not just disappear one day. You better not. Chin's like, after this podcast, I'm going to be hitting the road.
Just do the old Irish goodbye where it's like, just disappear.
Yeah, it's...
I won't.
I'm
you can't get rid of me that easily.
I'm like...
Can't get rid of me that easily.
Chin's always one of my go-tos. I'm like, hey, Chin, are you available to play Left 4 Dead? And he's like, oh, I'm out at the market. And I'm like... okay, maybe later then. And I'm always like, I'm always just like, oh,
that's the problem. That's the problem with time zones. That's the problem with time zones. Because really by the time you're ready to play these games, you're finished for the day. All of your tasks for the day are done. Like you're at home, you're relaxing, you're in chill out mode, you're ready to sink 4 or 5 hours into playing a video game.
You're like,
I'm
my day.
At work.
It's my morning.
I'm at work. I'm buying seedlings to grow fruit and veggies. I'm just doing errands.
But
it's just weird. Time zones are fucked.
I just do have to thank Twitch. I have to put there's a lot of things Twitch does to really just kind of twist the knife, twist the knife a little bit more and more each time. But I do have to thank Twitch for
what?
Like just who they partner right away. I saw someone got partnered today. I'm not going to say names because I don't want to be that, but they were a very popular YouTuber with a very like negative videos out on the internet. But they partnered him and he's been accused of a lot of things and they've come out as true, and I don't think they put a lot of background into who they are partnering.
Oh yeah,
Twitch.
there's no what's the phrase I'm looking for? There's no good character test.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like like I'm not at the point where it's going to be affecting me, but from what I understand, it does affect a lot of people, and they get quite pissed off. Yeah. Just how they will partner these bigger names, but people who have reached the requirements months ago and have submitted their request to be partnered just haven't heard anything back.
Yeah, and it's just kind of unfortunate that like they don't do anything like, oh, this person's very big on YouTube and they can't take like an hour out of their time. It wouldn't even take an hour. It'd probably take 30 minutes to find a video that wasn't like good.
Yeah, and it's like those YouTubers don't need the extra income.
Yeah.
From Twitch. It's like also the other day when I was in that G Fuel stream, the 16th birthday stream or whatever, there was that guy who dropped like 500 gift subs, right? Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, this is a multi-million-dollar company.
Yeah.
G Fuel is a multi-million-dollar company. maybe multi-billion-dollar company. Who knows what their
Probably a
operating
lot of
budget
money.
is? They don't need your gift subs. You don't need to gift them
Yeah.
subs.
I think more of it
I mean, I
has to do
understand why
with.
he did it.
I think more of it has to
I
do with
understand
like.
why he did it.
I understand why G Fuel has a Twitch channel because they're esports. You know,
Yeah.
they're like the big gaming organization. They have to
Yeah.
have representation out there. I just certain
Yeah.
like people that are just not. I don't know. I've like never heard of that person before. Like there wasn't really any significance, you know, and it was just kind of like dropping it. And that's why I really like think about who I sub to on Twitch because I'm like
Mm.
I watch streams, like bigger streams, and I'm like they're just throwing subs out there and the streamer's not even like acknowledging it. Like no thank you for the 10 gifted subs or anything, like they're not even like acknowledging them, asking them how their day was or anything, like thank you so much. There's nothing. And I'm like anyone could take those 10 subs and drop into a couple small streamers things and drop like 2 or 3 subs and people would literally be like shocked. Like I just don't really understand it. Like you could spread the love in a different positive way and have the same outcome, you know.
Like, I'm of the opinion that once you become partners, you shouldn't be able to receive gifted subs.
Oh. That would be kind of interesting.
Just
actually.
purely because you're partnered, you've built up the community already. Yeah. Not partnered, but corporations, or if you have like companies like G Fuel or Corsair or EVGA or Nvidia and all that, they shouldn't need gifted subs. You shouldn't be able to gift subs to the community, or maybe you can, but that money goes straight to Twitch instead of going to the streamer, to the channel. It should go straight to Twitch. I don't know. I think
I don't know. I feel like companies can literally get on Twitch.
I think corporate entities shouldn't receive extra income from people who are trying to just become noticed, like that guy on that GPU.
And
I know why he did it.
That
I understand
genuinely
exactly
was to
why he
just
did
get
it, and I
noticed.
can't fault him on that because that was genius.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That also played into more of like, I've only been streaming for 2 weeks and I already have 7 viewers, and that was literally something that was said from this person, and I'm like, it's like I don't know. Like I know that person got a lot of his people from that, and I'm just like, these are people that just know you for spending a lot of money. They don't know you for your game or for your personality. They don't stumble upon you and just stick around. It's kind of just here for the moment. You know what I mean?
So basically, what it is he dropped like 500 gifted subs to G Fuel, right?
Yeah.
So now what he's got I don't know, probably like 1,000 people come from the G Fuel channel, right? Just to go to his channel. They're not coming there organically. They're not coming there because I came across you. I like what you do. I like your gaming. I like your personality and all that. They're coming because it's that guy who dropped 500 gifted subs. Yeah. Maybe I can ask him for 500 gifted subs.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's quite cynical, really. I mean, he's not doing it for the right thing. And also, how much did he drop? How much money was that?
I don't know how many 500 is.
Five. So for me,
15?
A tier 1 sub is $10 New Zealand. 10 New Zealand dollars. He dropped 5,000 New Zealand dollars on gift subs.
So 2,500 then. Because it's $5.
Yeah, or something like that.
$4.99. Yeah, $4.99.
So $5 for you, $10 for me. Yeah. So basically, we're going double for New Zealand versus the US. He spent 5,000 New Zealand dollars, 2,500 US dollars, to get noticed by a multi-million-dollar company, just to get free shit. I don't know. There's something about that does not add up. I was thinking when I was watching, this guy's got a plant. He's got to be a plant. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being cynical.
More like, I don't know. And I was like, yeah, let's check out this person. Let's see what he's all about. Like, let's see his channel and stuff. And like, I was just kind of like, okay, man. Like, I'll drop a follow. Like, if that's what you wanted, if you just wanted someone to follow you, like, I'll follow. I'll just chill out here. But I haven't gone into the stream. I haven't had time to go into the stream. I pick my friends' streams over anybody else. I pick people that I actually enjoy their content. Like, I only raid, host, and watch people that I actually enjoy what they do. And it's very hard for me to watch you because you are literally so far ahead. You stream at like 2 in the morning at my time, and I have work, so I'm like, I need my 8 hours of sleep. So I try to drop in as much as I can.
Not this weekend, but the weekend after is a long weekend for me. So it's going to be, it's like a 4-day weekend. So I'm going to be doing a pretty big hefty stream. Going to be streaming a lot earlier. So come hang out.
Yeah, on October 31st, I'm planning on doing a 12-hour. The 12-hour I promised everybody forever ago, like 2 months ago. I haven't had time to do it. I don't know what. I'm always like, yeah, I'll do it then. And I'm just like, it just doesn't happen. So I'm planning on doing a Halloween stream.
When's the next 24?
Next 24. Oh, that's going to be a big one. I'm kind of debating. Like, I really think a New Year's stream would be cool. Stream for like the last 12 hours and then the first 12 hours of the new year. I really think that'd be cool. I haven't really given it much thought, but I was thinking that'd be cool. Last 12 hours of 2020 and then the first 12 hours of 2021. I just don't know if I could do it again. So
I'm thinking maybe do another 24 in January or so for my birthday. I don't know. I'm decided.
That'd be good. That'd be cool.
Or I mean, I'd like to do another 24 because that was actually a really, really, really good experience. And the fact that I can still stay up for 24 hours playing video games is amazing to me. Even if I was completely and totally wrecked in a blabbering mess at the end.
Yeah,
and slept until like 8 o'clock the next morning and like had a full 12 hours sleep.
You know, that'd be so cool to like collab on a 24-hour if we were both doing a 24-hour, somehow making it work to where we were like playing for like 6 hours together or something. That would be crazy. That would be pretty cool.
We could figure something out.
Yeah, I just know that
sounds good.
October 31st is my 12-hour. Hopefully, I'm still trying to get everything worked out. I requested it off from work. So as long as that works, I'll start at like noon, go to like midnight or something. That's when Kendall
That's a Sunday for me. It's a Sunday for me.
Ooh, Sunday.
I can hang out for a bit. Because what I'm doing during Labor weekend, which is the weekend before that, is I'm going to do the 14-hour flight simulator.
Ooh, where are you flying to?
Going to be doing Bordeaux to Seattle. It's actually an achievement. It's an Xbox achievement, which is 0.7% of people have it at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to join that. 0.8% club.
Let's go.
So that should be fun.
That will actually be fun. That would be really cool. I don't have the patience for that stuff. I'd just be staring at a screen and I'm like.
Well, I've got a full on little overlay all set up and ready to go for it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah. So I mean, I think that's actually a really good way to end the podcast.
Yeah, that is a very good idea. Talking a little bit about what events we have coming up and
yeah, we can integrate that into the further podcasts. Yeah. But yeah, gone over about an hour or so. So I think that's us.
That's perfect.
What do you think?
I think that was great. I think we touched a lot of bases on a lot of things and we stayed relevant. Yeah. I feel like we didn't venture off too far from what we were supposed to talk about.
Well, Orion wasn't here. So he couldn't sidetrack us with talking about weeb shit. I love you, Orion. Come back. Yes.
But,
yeah.
But,
anyway.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I think we have a lot of things coming up for the next couple months. The way we have it planned, so we agreed on 10, right? 10 episodes?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay,
10
so
episodes.
this is number 2.
Season 1.
So,
Season 1.
Season 1.
Season 1 is 10 episodes.
If it does
10 is a nice round number.
Yeah, if it does well and you guys like it, and there's enough likes and stuff, maybe we'll continue. I have fun doing this. Like, it doesn't matter about likes or comments for me. Like, I feel like we're doing good. But the way we have it planned, if we're doing 10, it'll take us up 2 weeks before my Christmas. So it'll be like the 2 weeks before that, and then we can take a break for the New Year and such.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we decide to do another one, we can start the new thing off like that, and that would be pretty cool.
Move forward from there.
So it's like perfect timing.
That sounds great.
But yeah.
That sounds great.
Well, I think Orion will be back next week. And then I don't think Halloween we're doing a podcast. It's October 31st.
Because you've got your 12-hour stream, so
if I don't,
you're not really going to want to. You're not really going to be doing. I mean, we could integrate your podcast into the stream.
True. Towards the end.
And do it live, and just like have like.
We could. I'm nervous.
Popping in, asking questions.
That's stressful
Turn it
now.
into a talk show.
That'd be cool. That would be cool. Maybe we'll have to do that. If I get the day off, I'll do a 12-hour. If I don't get the day off, then I will just have to. We'll still do the podcast if you're down for it. You don't have Halloween, do you?
Yeah.
Do you have like a Halloween or?
We have Halloween, but it's nowhere near as like Halloween as you guys have it. Like it's like, oh, okay. Here come the little children trying to get candy from me.
Yeah, ours is like Halloween. So
here's a chocolate bar. Off you fuck.
I'm planning on having Sam and I think Benifer is supposed to be in studio.
Fantastic.
So I think it'll be me, Kendall, Sam, and Benifer. And Kendall cuts my hair. And we'll probably do some challenges, some different things.
Oh, cosmetology Kendall.
Yes.
I remember
I have
mentioning
some
that
Skittles.
a very long time ago.
I got some Skittles that have mystery ones in it that taste like rotten zombie. Whatever that means. So I was thinking I can integrate that somehow as like kind of like a Bean Boozled but like Halloween edition.
What the fuck does a rotten zombie taste like?
I don't know. I'm very scared to find out, but I don't know. Maybe we'll have to sit and I'll do it.
I guess we'll see.
Yes, we will see. But so I have a lot planned for that. And if you are down, I'd love to have you for some games.
Oh, I'll be around. I'll be around.
And then if we have time, if I'm feeling up to it, maybe we'll do a podcast. I'm not really saying yes, podcast on the 31st. But we could either do it a day before or a day after.
It's a strong maybe. Yes, it's a strong maybe. It's a heavy potential.
Chin will probably talk me into it over the time. Hey, let's do the podcast after 12 hours.
Maybe. We'll see.
All right. Well.
Anyway, so outro times?
Yes, that was episode 2 of Put on Ice. What are we calling this episode?
Done. No Orion Boogaloo.
No Orion.
That's what I'm calling it.
No Orion Boogaloo. Okay, I don't even know how to spell that.
Next time he doesn't turn up, we can call it No Orion 2. I don't know.
I know that Orion.
I couldn't think of anything.
Orion will not be available on October 31st. He had already let me know. I don't know if he let you know. It might be in the group. It's in the group.
I don't know.
He had said that he's busy on the 31st, so that will be fun too. But yes.
See what happens.
Yeah. So anyway.
All right. So I guess what we did last week with the outro was we just did our little parting statements.
Okay.
Plugged our social media. So you go first because I went first last time.
Okay. As always, I'm Obey Hunter. You can follow all my socials at Obey Hunter. They'll be in the link. They'll be in the description of this video. Closing statements. Water, powder, shake, enjoy. G Fuel. He's like, huh?
I took that personally.
The look you gave me.
So Hunter's wrong. It's powder water shake because that's the way that got attention.
Make sure you guys try it and then let us know in the comments below who you think's right. Team Obey or Team Chinifer?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good one.
He's
That's a
like-
good one. Anyway, so yeah. I'm Chin, at Hidden Chin on Insta, Twitter. I have a Facebook page, but don't bother going there because it's terrible. Twitch, Hidden_Chin. I mean, it's all underneath my name. I'm sure you guys can read.
You stream
Well,
every
I certainly
day?
hope you can. I try to. I
Okay,
try
pretty
to.
much every day?
Yeah, usually
At Hidden Chin
every
on
day.
Twitch?
Good times. Just in general, good times. And also parting statements. Fucking vote. I voted today.
Oh, you voted? We vote next month on the 4th, 6th, something. I'll figure it out. 3rd. I'll let you guys know. I'm not really
Yes,
sure
we've
exactly
got
what day. I
that,
have my thing over there on the desk, but
we've got that advanced voting, which is so easy. It's like literally you have this little paper card, and you go to the voting station, and you hand it in, and they're like, "What's your name?" And it's like blah blah blah, and they're like, "Okay, cool. Here. Off you go."
I'm gonna do
Tick,
this
tick,
without
tick, tick,
hopefully
tick.
showing anything that's This is our packet
Jesus Christ.
of election voting stuff. You could literally
That's
swat
chunky.
a fly. Yeah. So I have to open that up and figure out what's going on after that. But yeah, vote. Make sure you guys get out there and vote.
Ours was literally just like a A4 piece of paper, which had like your confirmation information. You just go off and you do the thing.
Yeah, ours
But
is
our
very
voting is
thick.
significantly easier. It's literally a piece of paper that you tick off, whereas you guys have like electric machines.
Yeah.
Anyway,
If you guys are old enough
end
to
of
vote, make
podcast.
sure you vote. Yes, this is the end of the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed episode
10
2
minutes or so. Yeah.
of Foot on
Episode
Ice.
2.
This was Obey Hunter and
Episode
Hidden
2.
Chin. And
Dos.
2.
Obey Hunter, Hidden Chin. Catch you guys next weekend.
Next
and
week.
I'm hitting
Same
end
time.
now. There we go.
All right.